up? I am Jordan Gerard Coupe. You are watching Sporty Jordy, and it's freaking draft week, baby. Now, there is so much going on right now, so I'm actually going to be posting a second video this week. So if you aren't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so we can try and keep up with everything that's going on right now. Today, though, we are going to be keeping it lighthearted and fun. We're kind of going to be doing a Meet the Rookies ordeal, more like a Meet the Sleepers ordeal, but that just doesn't have the same ring to it. And then we are also going to be talking about some of the major headlines that broke this week. And I guess we should make it snappy because Kyle Shanahan can't even guarantee that we'll make it to next week. I think I know where we're starting. Yeah, so last week the Eagles were the talk of the town for their hot mess of a press conference and for their interesting way that they are judging draft prospects. Apparently, if you are good at rock, paper, and scissors, you will be a great fit for this organization. So I cannot thank the 49ers enough right now for coming in and switching that narrative so I can try to forget that Eagles press conference ever happened. But long story short, the 49ers, they come out and have a press conference, and head coach Kyle Shanahan seems to be doing a little thing called whatever the heck he wants, and he also seems to be the biggest Jimmy Garoppolo hater on this planet. I will be linking their full press conference in my description down below, so for anybody that hasn't got a chance to check that out, please feel free. It was very entertaining. And I find myself to be a pretty dramatic person. I think that's one thing we can all agree on, but I don't think anything can top Kyle Shanahan this past weekend. This man literally said, and I quote, "I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive on Sunday." When he was literally just asked, "Will Jimmy Garoppolo be on your roster Sunday?" Very fair question. Are we joking? Hey, so you seem to be talking a lot about drafting a quarterback. Will Jimmy G still be on your roster Sunday? Yeah, I don't know. We all may die. What? Should I call my boss? Should I tell them to get my shifts covered? Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it in. Kyle Shanahan can't guarantee that I'm going to live through next week. Yeah, no, you guys should be on edge too. Honestly, it all just felt very defensive to me. And after listening to everything, the general theme seemed to be that they are going to be drafting Mac Jones. That is just what I took away from it. And I think this is going to be a very big make or break moment for Kyle Shanahan because he has a very good reputation right now. At least for me, I have been thoroughly impressed with what he has been able to accomplish with this team. But I can't lie, I feel very uneasy with his thought process right now. So the way I see it right now is, for him to keep his status as high as it is right now, he has to be right here. Because if he's right, then we can all sit back, bite our tongues, apologize, and give him the kudos that he deserves. But if he's wrong, if he makes the wrong move here, it's over. It's literally game over. This is a team that was just in the Super Bowl. So if they start burning to the ground now, we know exactly where to point the finger. And there's no coming back from that, my friend. You just can't do it. Another major headline right now that really has nothing to do with the draft, but we just can't ignore this. And I honestly can't even believe I'm about to say this, but are the Falcons going to trade Julio? Obvious answer, no. Why would you want to do this? The only reason that this is even a question is because his contract situation, it's a little scary, and it basically puts them in cap space hell. So clearing that would take a weight off their shoulders, but clearing that also means losing Julio Jones. If I'm being 100% completely honest, I cannot see them moving on from him, even if his contract really is hurting them this bad. I just can't see it, but teams are calling. Obviously, this is Julio Fricken Jones. So maybe if someone can offer up enough to get him, then maybe the Falcons would maybe the Falcons would pull the trigger on shipping him out, but I just think it's going to take too much to make that happen. And this is all honestly too much for me right now. The only thing that really made my heart skip a beat this week was the Packers GM saying that Aaron Rodgers is their guy. Literally, the world could be on fire, and this sentence alone would make me feel some sort of comfort. Okay, now let's take a vote. Who is more dramatic, me or Kyle Shanahan? Now let's talk about some of these soon-to-be rookies, shall we? There are a lot of obvious names that we could go for here. We could start with the big five quarterbacks with Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields. You could go for Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater. The one and only Kyle Pitts that I could talk about endlessly. You have some defensive studs in Patrick Surtain and J.C. Horn. You have receivers and running backs galore. But let's take a step back from all of those names, just for a sec. Instead, I am going to be introducing you to 3 of my offensive and 3 of my defensive sleepers that are definitely later round guys in this draft. Let's start offensive, and since this year is so quarterback heavy and we are hearing these same names over and over and over again, let's start with a guy whose name you won't hear all the time. You also have a guy like Davis Mills from Stanford, who I would say is in the next tier, right down below those top 5 big name guys. Realistically, a day 2 pick, but could potentially be a late first rounder. And if I'm being 100% completely honest, I don't fully understand why we are putting such big separation in all of these conversations between him and Mac Jones. Just doesn't make that much sense to me. He does raise a slight red flag with some knee issues, but if you are just looking at the way he plays, he is good. And no, he isn't as exciting to watch as Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, but if you are strictly looking at his skill and if you're strictly judging his talent, he has all of the makings of an excellent NFL quarterback. What sticks out to me the most with this guy is his decision making. There is no time wasted ever. And I feel like that's a trait that usually comes later on in your career. It's like a maturity thing. So for him to already have that under his belt is very impressive. I am very excited to see where he ends up, and he is definitely someone I'm going to be keeping my eye on. I feel like we all know this by now, but I could sit here and make an entire video just about how talented Kyle Pitts is. I am a very big fan. But there is another tight end in this draft, and let me make it very clear before I put any ideas in your head. He or any other tight end in this draft don't hold a candle to Pitts, but this guy is still very, very good. And I not only think he could be a steal in this draft, but I think he is going to be the steal in this draft. Tight end John Bates from Boise State. I can't see him going earlier than day 3 because he does have to work on his blocking. This is something that he will have to be coached on. But what I can still see is him executing extremely well in the league. This kid is 6'5", 250, and he has everything that an organization would want in a tight end. What I see in him that makes me so excited is his ability to make and complete a big play when you may already think the play is dead. And mainly that's because of his size and his athleticism. But as a quarterback and as a coach, that is someone that I would want on my offense just because it's added reassurance. He is also very, very good at right after the snap, creating some separation from whoever is on him. So overall, this kid just has it. There is a running back that I want to touch on as well. He honestly might even fall to day 4, but for some reason, I am just drawn to him. Demetric Felton from UCLA. Now, he is a very strong running back. Don't get me wrong, but he is also the kind of guy that you can throw in the slot and trust in the slot. And with the way the league is moving, you want guys that can be versatile like that. Why do you think we all love Kyle Pitts so much? So this is someone that I can just see coming out and making a statement. For defense, Cincinnati got really so very lucky because they had not one but 2 great safeties. And now more of the attention is going to be on James Wiggins, so I am going to use this time to point out Derek Forrest. He is legit. And listen to this. He has defensed 6 interceptions for every 12 passes Now that is a ratio. He is consistent. He is strong. I really like this dude. We also have D lineman Darius Stills from West Virginia. And yes, his father did play in the league, but that is not why he stands out to me. He is quick and explosive, but also extremely aggressive. And I can just see him being an absolute monster. Definitely someone offenses should be afraid of. And last but not least, and I guess you could argue that this guy isn't even actually a sleeper. There is a very real chance that he goes later on in the first round, but I just don't think that we are talking about him enough, and that is Tulsa outside linebacker Zavin Collins. This man is a freak of nature. You watch his film and he just comes out of absolutely nowhere, and it's not graceful the way he plays, but he is beyond athletic, very smart, and he understands what has to be done, and then he does everything in his willpower to get it done. I think I love him. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below some of the guys that you are excited to see get drafted this weekend. Oh my God. Make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms so we can get through this draft together. Good luck, everybody. Bye.